Okay, for this video, I want to describe what Cyberswarm concept is all about. So to start off, I'm going to read this paragraph that I adapted from the book written by Richard Poe in 1999. It's called Wave 4, the Network Marketing in the 21st Century. He says, in the future, and pretty much is happening right now, network marketers will go flying through the cyberspace with the freedom of flocking birds. They will band together when it suits them and part company when opportunities calls them elsewhere. They will organize themselves not in corporations but in cyber swarms, network of entrepreneurs with ties to many different companies who band together informally and temporarily around a common goal, coordinating their efforts through telecommunications. Now, in the multi-affiliate environment to come, the cyberswarm will reign supreme. Virtually anyone will be able to sell directly through their website using sophisticated e-commerce functions. Every race, creed, interest group, and subculture will prowl the internet in search of opportunity. Swarms, subswarms, and mini-swarms will overlap and cross-promote a bewildering varieties of goods and services. Those who embrace and use the combination of e-commerce and MLM compensation structure with multiple companies are aptly called the multi-affiliate pioneers. The website serves entirely different customer needs by offering diversified products and or services through different companies that combine e-commerce capability and the network marketing compensation structure. The internet makes it not only possible, but mandates multi-affiliation if organization will continue to grow and thrive without ongoing personal individual recruiting. Instead of recruiting one, you can now recruit an entire existing network to cross-promote value-added product and services. So I kind of kept this paragraph for more than a decade because of the term cyberswarm. So I'll now go on and show you basically what I mean by the cyberswarm concept. The cyberswarm concept is basically a building sequence that I kind of developed because I was trying to fill up the matrix for many years. Okay, so I'll run along and basically give you some idea and maybe illustrate with a matrix or two. Now, to give is definitely more blessed than to receive. So basically our concept here is yes to give and to make it happen for the downline. Okay, so I'll explain a little bit more. Pretty much to be a little bit more precise, we're going to make it happen for the direct. Okay, so that's the general idea. Now I had to develop a plan, and through let's say so many number of years, I've been trying to fit the concept into the various pay plan that comes along. So I'll call this the master plan, and then I'm using the cyberswarm concept to carry out the master plan. Now there are many mini concepts that are developed along the way, but the biggest one of them is called own your life concept. Pretty much you must have the desire to own your life. If you don't have the desire to own your life, pretty much all these are going to be useless. So the mini concepts are timeline concept, okay, the stacking concept, the fear of loss concept, fill up the matrix concept, and the cyberswarm rescue team concept. I'll try to explain a little bit on each as we go along. So the whole idea pretty much is to fill up the matrix, or in other words, we want to fill up the whole stadium. Now the own your life component is you must have the desire to drive your vehicle, or you want to make a difference in your life. Otherwise it's plainly useless just to talk about it. Now here I'm just showing, in order to have millions in the bank, then you might have to be winning the lottery or something. But if we have the mindset of creating a monthly residual, say we create something like $10,000 a month, we would have equivalent of say $1 million in the bank. So that's just an illustration. So we start small and we keep going until we hit, let's say, around $10,000 a month and beyond. Then it is as if you have millions of dollars inside your bank. Now, the stacking process, this is kind of unique because here you can see the master brick layer layering the bricks. Okay, so this is an ideal picture to describe how the stacking sequence goes. So you notice, to be efficient in stacking, there must be continuous supply of bricks. He couldn't possibly take one brick and then go and find another brick and layer it and then go find another brick. It's too slow. So that there is consistent stacking going on when you have all this supply of bricks at the back. So if it's fish, we got unlimited fish in the net. Okay, so there's consistent stacking, thereby as you go along he'll build momentum as he build the brick. Okay, build the brick wall. Now, fear of loss concept is a human trait that is very powerful. So it's best depicted by this diagram. When we play the musical chair, you have a lot of people rushing for one seat. Okay, so basically that is the name of the game. People don't want to be strike out. So if we conceive the idea of filling up a matrix, then we got to think about how we use the system or whatever sequence that we have in terms of stacking the seats in the stadium. Okay, the Cyberswarm rescue concept, freedom fighter rescue team will pretty much be the team that help to, let's say, move the slow legs along, and we call that giving two fish away so that we make the water flow again. Okay, so for each particular matrix, we have to crack the code because each matrix is basically a bit different, and we have to figure out the criterias pretty much where the money is, and then we can execute our move accordingly. So we want to teach the Cyberswarm concept way, so you got to learn how to power drive using the Cyberswarm concept way. Okay, the concept here is if we can show that it's possible to do it, then the attitude is if you can do it, I can do it too. The power of compounding. Definitely, if we can start it going, then the compounding of the effort, compounding of the money, and the compounding of the result will get bigger and bigger and faster. So we create a momentum coming down like a rock coming down the slope, and it's going to gather speed. So what are the components? What drives you? What is the reason why you have to, let's say, make an effort towards freedom? Okay, so you have to figure out your big why. So one of the biggest core value, which I consider, is integrity. You must have integrity, otherwise everything will fall apart. So in 2012, we're going to power drive it home. Okay, we're going to use whatever it takes in terms of determination, in terms of system, in terms of drive to make it happen in 2014. So to be inspired is great, but to inspire others is incredible. Okay, so we want to inspire the whole world with compassion. Okay, one person at a time. Okay, so I've gone through that, so I'll just go through a little bit here. The timeline concept is basically a time sequence, because if you are talking about today is earlier than tomorrow. So when we line up the people in terms of a timeline, whoever comes in first is first come first serve. The stacking process is basically described by the brick wall, and we want to stack them in a concise and precise manner. It's a sequential way of layering the brick. The fear of loss is best depicted by the musical chair, and that will be pretty much why people don't want to be strike out, because they don't want to lose out. Okay, so filling up the matrix is kind of a way to fill up the stadium, because we have to have a sequential way of doing that. The Cyberswarm rescue team will kind of help the slow leg because of mindset blocks. Some people will be slower than the others. So that's basically the Cyberswarm concept, and I just want to run through, let's say, the slides so you can see what we are trying to introduce people is that we have a way to stack the matrix denser than any other way. We don't want to go wide, we want to go deep, and we want to help the people manage the what they call downline better, okay, with a sequence. So We want to say you promote the system and the system will promote you. Okay, so let's see what else. I might want to show you one diagram. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay, here is this diagram that I found, and this will best depict basically how we're gonna stack by making happen for the direct. So I have here a green box. Okay, so everybody has a direct, and then to duplicate this system, we have to take care of the direct's direct. In this case, this is Steve. Steve is the direct's direct. Okay, so we use this red box here. Okay, so let's just look at one way of stacking. Now if we gonna give the fish away, so what happens is we gotta use Steve's link to sign up Charlotta. So Charlotta is kind of given to Steve. Karen is given to Charlotta. Graham is given to Karen, because Graham got to use Karen's link. So when you go down like that, it's gonna go down fast, because then everybody has to promote this link to get the next person, right? So the next person got to sign up under Graham's link, right? So as this goes on, because we got to go down, let's say in this case is 4 deep, so we have to keep going down as a taproot. So what happens is, for this direct, this will be the first fish given away. So this is the first blue box, and then the second one is the second leg. So in this case here, this is the second person given to Steve. Okay, so when we give away 2 fish, we solve 2 problems. One problem is I don't have money. The second problem is I cannot find 2 people. So by giving you 2 fish, we solve those 2 problems. So if everybody does that same steps, then basically we are going to make it happen for the direct. So in this particular example, Charlotta is a 50% commission. Share is the other 50% commission. 50% times 2 gives you the free product. So this is pretty much an ideal matrix. Okay, so this is an example of how we're gonna do stacking. Now each particular program may not have 50% and 50% here, just having 2 people to satisfy your what you call product cost. Okay, so definitely there is a auto ship amount, your monthly due. So if we can what you call make it happen for the direct, and if the direct has no monthly overhead, then he's gonna stick around and forever not quit. Okay, so this is just an example of how we stack, and there are all different matrix, but this is the basic fundamental in terms of how to handle it by making it happen for the direct. And if the direct is without monthly obligation, then they can do the same, and we want to teach 2 person below the direct so that the whole system duplicate itself. I'll see you in the next recording.